Well, hello. Good morning, everyone. This is Wednesday, March 15th, 2023, and we are off to one heck of a ride already here on futures. S&P down 60 plus points already from the overnight high, and NASDAQ is really moving too. This is really going to be an interesting day here. So we'll see how much the prep we get through, kind of what we focus on, and where we all go from here. Just a quick reminder, everybody, as a folks, please read our disclosures. We are not financial analysts or advisors. Nothing we say or do is by any way or means meant to construe financial advice, and nothing we talk about is indicative of performance or guarantees any gains at all. So, going to go ahead and get started here and jump on our other piece to get moving. Good morning. Doing good, and you? Yes, it is.
Ready to date today.
Yeah, it's going to be a pretty interesting one.
That way it's going to take good care of me.
I missed the first part. What did you say?
I want to take that back. I don't want to kill the day. I want to be its friend.
Ah, okay. Yeah, that might be a good idea.
Right.
Man, we are seeing some massive moves off of that open there.
Mm-hmm. Yep, beautiful. It's like we're gonna be opening below trend guide. A lot of things. On a lot of things.
Yeah.
I should have got my short yesterday. I didn't.
Yeah.
Dude, did you see that in Q? The channels? Amazing.
I didn't. I flipped through stuff. I got up right when the alarm went off. The owl didn't. I was hoping the owl was going to wake me up again this morning, and it didn't. So either somebody closed the window.
Well, you complained about it yesterday. It's not going to do it again today.
Because I was up at 4 a.m. yesterday.
Right. You wanted to wake you up at 5?
No. I needed to be up at 4:45 at the latest, and that's exactly when I got up.
5.
So that's pushing it really. So
Well, next time. I'll put it nicely. It'll help you out.
Yeah.
But this is just the RTH chart.
Okay.
Look at that trend line. It's just gorgeous. And I mean, yesterday we had a nice little reaction from it, and kind of closed right back on it again. And I mean, you see what happened. But beautiful thing on NQ there, and you can transfer it to the bottom one too, and we also have 2 touches down there.
Nice.
So definitely be something to keep an eye on.
Yeah, and that 11,700 area has some good structure too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. So yeah, you see the lows from January 25th there.
Yep.
Just below that supply and demand. They're really nice.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're already hitting full ADRs on ES.
Right. Crazy. Really nice. Really nice.
I tried a long when we came in right about. I think we'd hold, the WPP type of zone area. 3920s were, some decent responses yesterday. 3925 to 3930-ish, but nope. I'm glad I didn't save it. Yeah, man. All right, well,
Let's get to it.
I tried to flip through a handful of these things already this morning, but I think we may have to be adjusting more of these given I mean, this is only down, I think, like a buck something from its close yesterday when I started looking through things. Now it's almost two. It's already shot
There
through
was
10.
another thing to note. We'll probably run into this during prep, but there was a lot of the looks as well. I mean, Tesla pretty much was the look.
Mm-hmm.
Google was the look yesterday. So there was a lot of those across the board. You know.
Oh yeah.
Shoot. Yeah. So, yeah. All right, let's get to it. What we got?
Yeah, it's going to be a div. That won't be anything else. So SVXY, just the way that it's lined up right now, I already added a couple of extra pieces. All these full and photo ADR stuff are all going to come down, you know, $2+ at this point. So they're going to end up lining up with TGR, MTG, and the way we're going, I don't expect we'll go back up there. That said, it did trade like $6.50 or something the other day, so I guess that's possible to come back up that way. Downside, you know, really, if you take out this monthly, we already did take out monthly trend guide and gap fill stuff, so you get annual pivots, gap fill in between, and then monthly trend guide, weekly trend guide reversal, 20-day NVPOC, 200-day, sorry. Damn, that's way loud there. Yeah, you're not going to have a VWAP in through there either, even on a weekly chart.
Mm-hmm.
The 5675, I guess you could. It's about where that trend line is that we noted. Probably going to be right around this 5675-ish area. Man, this really is brink here though, this 55-ish area.
Yeah.
Actually, some more structure back here too. You could say it's kind of where we had topped out before, then test a little bit right at this 56-ish area. So I'm gonna mark that actually as a div. It won't be ADRs though. And I'd go as far as say, like, we do open in the 56s and keep pulling, then now we start seeing some of this bigger stuff way down here. I don't know if you really want to drag all that stuff through there though. 52. Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Oh, sorry, just hitting him. Yeah, it just feels like if you pull this down to include this guy, then you gotta keep pulling it down. Yep. I think I'd almost treat it like that. Add some commentary in here because there's a bunch of things that are not selected or weren't pre-calced, given this gap down.
Where's the robot?
Yeah.
You know, sometimes I feel like the picture that you show us of your office is just like CGI. I just imagine you like in a lab somewhere with all these like crazy technologies and shit, and you have your own AI robot talking to you, telling you all these news that are going on around the world.
You have a very
Did I
vivid.
get it right? I got it right, huh?
No, you just have a very vivid
No, I'm pretty
imagination.
sure I got it right because you laughed at it, so I mean it means I got it right. I knew it all along. Yeah.
So you know how they say not everything is a good thing to try. So those mushrooms that you've been trying, like yeah.
Oh man. Oh dude. Uh, they call it. They say it's just a tea. You know, shamans back in the day, they tried those things. I think that happens to them, right?
Yeah, sure. All right, spy.
We're skipping VIX.
Oh,
He's doing SVXY.
yay! Sorry, I was looking at
Alright,
I was
cool.
looking at the channel.
Oh,
Spy dia breath prep for Wednesday, March 15th, 2023.
guess we don't really need to prep all VIX, or you just like to prep it. 'Cause they're pretty much all the same.
We can skip VIX because I do want to keep an eye here this morning on where the stuff is. It looks like it's trying to bounce nicely off of full ADR's monthly trend guide for ES. Obviously a miss there, which kind of sucks. It's already up 10 points from there. Yeah, let's skip VIX. I may come back to it and just do it on the... Actually, no, I'm going to do this for VIX. I take that back, sorry.
Whatever you want to do, man. Weren't you saying like a couple of weeks back, talking about how we went from the buy side to Metro Stream and then to the sell side, and then we're going back to the buy side again?
Yep.
I think it was you.
Yeah, I mean, it's a common theme, right? You go to push to one and then you end up going to grab the other. But yeah, I had was noting a little while back, like we were... Gold especially done that, and then the indices followed shortly afterwards.
Yeah, I like how KRE yesterday was like a high markets the bottom. It just stopped right at the zone and just faded the rest of the day.
Yep.
While interestingly, everything else was going up. Very, very cool. Which means it's still on its massive buy-side symmetrical extreme.
Go back to these stories, that looks big. He is warning of a slow rolling crisis, more seizures, more shutdowns coming. So a bit scary from
Okay, just gonna do that.
Do you get tired at all from the same music every day or no?
No, I only kind of hear it.
Oh, you tune it out.
If I have nothing going on, then then it bugs me. Like during the day, though, I don't have this stuff on. I just have this on because it's YouTube free. Like you can have it.
Yeah, I just didn't know if it like just the repetitiveness of it every day
During
bugs you out.
no, it kind of keeps me in tune. Like we'll get to a certain song, and I'll know. Okay, we've got about 15 minutes left until I gotta change it from 30 songs to 50, and then it gets to another one. Like, all right, it's almost 7 o'clock if we're here.
That's dope. Okay.
But then during the day, like
Very
I have Pandora on and flip back and forth between a handful of stations.
Pandora still exists?
Yeah, my son's he tried to tell me that I should use Spotify. I told him it's a pain in the ass. If he sets up
like Pandora still exists?
if he sets up the playlist, so I don't have to go and configure all the damn lists, then sure, I'll pay for his Spotify because I pay for Pandora just so that when I'm traveling, I can listen to this shit offline.
Yeah, we need to get you on Spotify, man.
Yeah, I don't feel like setting up all the lists. I just like, hey, I like this group or this song. Go find me others that are similar. Why am I doing the work for
them? It's a little
them?
bit for you to curate things, but
Yeah, it's a waste of my time.
I don't know. I found some interesting stuff on there.
The algorithms are pretty
Yeah,
good.
it's just like YouTube for me. YouTube is just amazing. I go on my For You page, and it's like, I had no idea I needed this, but thank you, YouTube.
Yeah, I haven't seen Spotify make recommendations to me yet, so I have to pick everything, which is not a good use of my time. Okay, so I don't have son of a bitch, that's up 20 some fucking points almost. Try to see where SPY came down to. It may have touched here. 383. I think it may have touched this trend line. No, it went below it. So if we're already down here at 385. I'm going to go ahead and remove this as being a zone because full ADRs will not be there. This will not be full ADRs, but I do think it'll be a nice zone to keep marked. Not crimson though. Gap fill, top supply demand, bottom edge of that channel if we want to try to keep it. We obviously touched the bottom edge of that on Friday, dipped below it, but recovered on Monday. Yeah. In the middle, you've got trend strength. Or actually, above that, you've got trend guide, monthly trend guide, tier 1 OPEX cheat, swing AV WAP, which we're obviously going to open below at this point unless something changes. So I guess we do have PPI later. Above, we've got swing AV WAP, 200-day weekly pivot, bottom edge supply and demand with above that trend guide reversal really all by itself with, I guess, supply and demand high, but and then you're kind of open until there's, you consider this a div. There's not enough other evidence there. I just don't like that supply and demand. It's shown some kind of support and resistance, but I guess you do kind of gotta just gonna be super small. That's what she said, Dad.
Oh, man.
And then you got, that won't be ADRs, but that will still be 20 and 50 and yeah, there's not a swing AV WAP or anything there.
No. Hey, with that ABCD all the way. I see it.
On the monthly here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure like this weekly is invalid. Yeah, I don't like that. But it's really interesting. I don't know if you saw on the monthly there.
Yeah.
I mean, held it, dipped below, recover, held to
It's
the
like
tick
that
on
box again, like that other chart we were looking at, whatever it was.
ES, crude. There's been a handful of ones like that lately where it's been just inside of a monthly box here for a while.
Mm-hmm. I was looking, that second zone below trend guide. You don't want to bring that lower. Maybe include that gap fill all the way to the lower end of the supply and demand there. I mean, since it is pretty much where we had this little response here pre-market.
You lost.
Was the lower end of that supply and demand. That one. Yeah. So is that you see how you have marked the top end of it?
Yeah. with the gap fill in the middle there and the bottom edge of the trend line.
Oh, because you're getting the dotting. That's why. I see. Okay. Well, I was just saying, why don't you go from the gap fill all the way down to the supply and demand?
Yeah, because I'm giving some weight to the
Got you.
to that tier 1 day cheat there, as opposed to the bottom edge of the supply and demand. Just thinking, because it's just all by itself. I mean, you've got this one candle here.
You got a few touches. On the 10th, we have some. On Monday, we got a couple.
On the bottom edge of the supply and demand?
Not
Go.
exactly the bottom, more like the middle, like 38,
Right.
384.76 ish.
So this guy here, I want to mark this. This has got monthly AVWAP 379.27 is in this zone. And then over here, we're going to do this.
You're in a Dropbox, aren't you?
Yeah, if I can get it perfect the way I want it. I was trying to decide how low to take it. I think it's really just to the March lows and then kind of like that. Which is inch of its point of control too is right about in the middle of it too. I'm not going to do that because it'll take forever to draw the point of control stuff. But and I think that's ES already a ways into things. You could like you were saying, I guess include that as a div there. It just feels like it's too back to back to me. But yeah, if you don't hold that, then you're definitely going to go and grab the grab the lower edge, that quarterly pivot, the bottom edge of that box there actually, which is pretty interesting the way that lines up. Yeah, bottom edge of the box, quarterly pivot, structure at the 380, gap fill, supply and demand. And again, the monthly anchored VWAP is right there too, so it's a pretty big zone. And son of a bitch.
What happened?
I just didn't change my screen. It's all good. So like I said, most of this upside stuff's probably not going to be relevant at all. We'll mark a couple of pieces, but it's more likely than not all looking to be like it's irrelevant for the day. Unless we see some really big stuff with PPI. Which is definitely possible. Okay, and then over here we see range box, quarterly pivot, gap fill, tier 2, day cheat, monthly AV WAP, supply and demand. And then we see TG2. Let's look at Qs real quick. And check the same thing on the monthly on it too here. Don't know why I have two. It's actually trying to hold its October.
AMP reports Punch Corp finds Meta Facebook active in offering and data.
Oh, that one doesn't look as clean. Below, above, below, below, hold, below, above, yeah. Alright, now it's relevant. Trading inside of a box there, I'm sure.
I'll be right back.
Okay, sounds good, man. $293, $10. So it does get us down to the 290, 280-ish level. Okay, so it also didn't grasp some of these lower zones just because, well, we weren't trading down $4 or $5 when we closed yesterday, and this is all based upon closing prices. It could be something we look at to improve upon with the algo here later to pick up and find zones is look at the ETH price. That wouldn't be a lot of work, it's just extra work. That should be pretty straightforward, but has some other priorities at the moment. I'm just going to go ahead and mark that.
If you had the bodies to tick with the 50-day at the lows there.
So where's that? Oh, pre-market?
Mm-hmm.
Nice. That's super interesting for sure. Let's go back and look at that spreadsheet to see like if which one respects it more, SPY or Qs. And I remember a while back, David had talked about it was either ES or NQ. I don't remember which one now off the top of my head. That one kind of respected the NVPOC, the other one like normally would squirt past a little bit. But I want to say it was like NVPOC was always super respected by NQ. Like it would stop to the tick almost every time, which was unusual for NQ given its kind of tendencies in the first place. I think that's what it was. So I wonder if the Qs are the same way, it's more respectful of the date sheets or not.
I don't recall.
I'll have to look at the spreadsheet. You could view this, I guess, as kind of one bigger zone. It's just 299.50 to 298 if you went down and included the kind of structure. Then at that point you're including the whole damn supply and demand, really. But really, you can see like there's been some structure to 298. You got a weekly anchored VWAP from the 3rd of February up here to this, which has also got a falling trend line. Slightly off, yes, I can see that. It's still better than government work. Of course, that doesn't say much. So I added this zone here in the middle where you've got the weekly pivot, you've got the daily anchored VWAP from January 6th there, swing from obviously Monday's lows and yesterday's lows, in fact, too, right there. So I added that WPP, looks like NVPOC zone there. And then if we do decide to keep coming down, well then you've got monthly trend guide 1 with some structure 284, and then weekly trend guide reversal. These again you could potentially carve up and put into one bigger zone or treat as two separate. I'd probably give more weight to this weekly trend guide reversal one with the tier 1 OPEX, tier 2 or tier 3 daily cheats in my mind. Quick little pop above there too on the its.
Try at all for that little retrace on ES? Or no?
No, I noticed when we were talking, so I didn't cry or try. I guess I cried.
I meant try.
Yes, I cried because I looked at it and was like, shit.
Yeah, it's all them, man. Don't be them anymore.
Yeah, the problem is I always miss them anymore and then force. because like I missed that one. I missed that one. I missed that one.
That won't happen to you today or any other day.
I did like though, like I did. I mean, I kind of set the zone I wanted on CL. I put the orders in, and you know, I didn't get them. It didn't come at all. And then actually towards the end of the day, it was after pit closed, so I didn't trust that zone anymore because it was after pit had closed, and we just weren't showing the same kind of price action. So I removed it, the buy zone that I'd had. And sure enough, we blew right through it, went way lower than what I'd had stuff at. Of course, then the other algo picked it up and got like 40, 50 ticks out of it. I took none.
You haven't put the algo on live, PK?
Not after pit close. I turn it off, and it picked it up after pit close on the simulation mode.
Mm-hmm.
I turn it off on CL after the pit closes.
How's it doing so far on the live, if I may ask?
It's doing on live. I haven't caught a lot on there.
It's being fair selective.
Well, yeah, it's really super selective, anyways. And it catches really more of the extremes. But I haven't, like the days I've turned it on, there hasn't been a whole lot there. So, and there's some days that I probably won't turn it on. Say like for FOMC or some of the other ones I've seen and talked with a couple other folks who are like, hey, yeah, you may not want to have it on for like super news heavy days, like because just you know the reactions are just so violent. You'll be in out, and just it's kind of a waste. So. Yeah. But that's alright. I have work to do. Like YM yesterday had a decent entry and it was up, but it didn't take an exit, so I have to work on expanding some of the exit criteria. In any event, ES here, man, what a sell off of even before the EU Open, really. Like it never got above kind of this zone here at 10 o'clock, and then just really started to pull after EU Open there, set a lower high, and it's just been pretty much straight down since. So just the way that we had been trading the last couple of weeks and few days, like I marked actually 3 kind of inside zones. You could actually argue that this trend guide is inside here as well, in my mind. But the fact that it was trend guide, bottom of supply and demand, and at the time we had it blown through it the way we did, I didn't mark it that way. But really, it is kind of inside too of all this previous range stuff. We've already traded 93 points, so that's kind of why I marked these bottom 2, which would still be pretty good ways down, right? This is it'd be another 40 some points from where we're at, 70 to 30 something. So I mean that'd be yeah, it'd be like 130, 120 some points more down there with those 2 lower edge zones. And by the way, meanwhile, gold is pushing like a madman. It is already up to the 1920s and going to be quickly approaching kind of that one marker that we noted yesterday. All right, we'll go back to that a little bit and finish on ES here. Yeah. Nope. Got nothing. Although I do actually have a couple UGL contracts left. Okay, so on ES you've got right here right now the monthly trend guide, full ADRs, supply and demand, and the tier 2 daily cheat, which we were trying to hold. Fail that, and you get to quarterly pivots, tier 2 daily cheat, supply and demand. There's a daily anchored VWAP. Is that right? No, that is the wrong. There we go. Yeah, they're just not. If you start coming all the way down here, I mean, you're getting really bad. Because now you've even gone through this this trend line from October. You don't really get anything till you come down to that further level, which I guess is probably worth marking actually as well. Because you have the NVPOC structure.
Again, folks, just going back to headlines with market pricing involved. According to Bloomberg headlines, Fed drops the pricing in 100 basis points of rate cuts by December from the expected peak. Again, the first appears to be a function of the market moves that we are seeing rather than pressure Fed forces. It's on the sell side have been warning that the market has been a little too optimistic with expectations of rate cuts in the end of this year. Folks, quite a few folks are ahead of us.
All right. Well, that's. I mean, as clear as it can be to me on ES there. Really got to hold this zone, or we keep coming lower. I guess you could take this QPP one up. It's already a pretty wide zone. Maybe that's actually the way to look at it, is to come up here like this. Grab Friday's wicks there, get some of Monday's wicks, and then just treat this as a div here with two kind of back-to-back divs. I don't know if you're there, if you got thoughts. Yeah. I think that's just at least how I'm going to mark that one. I just don't really like if you're here, sure you could set a higher low off of Friday, but like you already had a lower low on Monday. I guess the bottom edge of that trend line is 52. Back and see what I got on SPY here again. So SPY is at 384. 5. SPX was at $39.19. So it's about $10. And then that is $38.50. It's really only like about 10 point, yeah. Okay. Actually, let's do that. Let me look at SPX here real quick.
Alright, sorry about that. I'm back.
No worries. I'm trying to decide how to deal with some of these bottom zones, and I decided to pull up SPX to take a look at where its stuff is in relation. I gotta look at one other thing here real quick to see the differential. So we closed ES yesterday at 15 after 39.46. So there's still about a 30 some point differential. So this guy is going to be down here. If we open right now, it's going to be at about 38.50. That almost kind of lines up this quarterly pivot tier 2 day sheet with this zone. This quarterly pivot and stuff is just right in the middle of nowhere. Because I don't even think that there's a daily anchored VWAP back there on this guy. I think he's going to be violated too, yeah. That is nice. There's a kind of a supply and demand down there on that one. That's it. Like, there's nothing else really. I know that looks like shit, but the weekly and monthly will probably be in the same area. 38.69. Which should put it right about here, which we're going to open below that. If we're 30 point, actually we're going to open right about this area here. If we open right now. Which is gap fill from photo ADR. Yeah, no. There's nothing really, there's just supply and demand. Alright, I don't know if I'm going to do anything else. Just kind of leave this the way that the way that it is there. Just treat this as kind of a div area. It's probably much closer to the quarterly pivot on SPX. Just treat it like that. The SPX quarterly pivot, its bottom edge of supply and demand is right about that same area. I think. Or maybe lower actually, but no, it wouldn't be there. It'd be a lot lower.
Just find these comments quite interesting in the context that Apollo is reportedly interested in some of the SPV movement earlier in the week.
Because it's 30 points off, so it would be down even further. Yeah. And January 6th, daily anchor view up. Yep. Alright, I'm going to mark ES there. There's definitely some bigger ones here. This is a little bit more tricky here today. Again, the way full ADRs have come, I don't expect any of that there. So I'm actually going to undo that, and we're going to start with some of these other zones here. Econ and prep for, what is this? It's going to be prep for. Okay, NQ. So its daily anchor VWAP for the 200 is lower at that next zone. January 6th daily anchor VWAP. How's that with January 6th? Okay, yeah, I mean, it's not one that I'd like. Keep, fail, keep, fail, just tick above. It's there, I don't really like it all that much, but it is there. Almost consider taking that up there like that a little bit, given how that is.
Pretty clean.
Yeah, it's not too bad. It's interesting, the March 6th day VWAP.
Let me have a little zone there at 550. What's over there?
Let's open it and see. It is nothing. It was something yesterday. There was probably like TGR or something yesterday, or Dottie's or something yesterday. It didn't get removed because it was manually created. Of course, I don't think we're going to go up there with how we're trending right now. Don't know that. It's just a suspicion, but I think I would drag this one down here, given where that is, and leave this full ADR just off in the middle. I don't know that I would drag this trend guide reversal one up, given kind of how this stuff was here last week, a couple weeks ago I should say. Kind of like where the bottom edge of that is, and then 401. So watch against it for a div. It's only another 20 points, but it's already a fairly wide zone. It's 670 to 420, 410. So it's already a 40 point. That'd make it a 60 point zone. This kind of lines up too with that channel you were talking about too on the real-time hours yesterday, right? I mean, we just actually overnight, I should say, we poked just a little bit above it on that push, and then obviously big time fade there. So I think that's overall good. Just gonna go ahead and mark it from there. And I'm not marking below this guy. If we fail that, then yeah, but this, I mean, another 400 points, right? If we were to fail that and come all the way down here, now you're in 600 plus. So we're probably going to skip YM today here. And we'll see how much we go through with RTY as well, even.
3.386 basis points at 4.9071.
It's a nice zone. Don't think we'll get there.
Sterling LIBOR, that puts us lower at 1.52 basis points at 4.24480.
It'd be interesting if we hold that one there. This is a really big zone here with the quarterly trend guide, weekly pivot, 50-day EMA, dealer good VWAP from Monday. That is gap fill. Looks like in there right at that same spot. Structure, full ADRs, and the tier 2 daily cheat at the bottom edge there. And then we fail all that. We come even lower. 200-day SMA, daily anchor VWAP from the 28th, supply and demand, and now we're getting into some average ADR tiers there. We're not too far away from it already as is, but that is NQ. Okay. RTY.
Government assistance, not a topic for the bank.
Yeah, I think on RTY we're going to take kind of what I've already marked up here. Because I already went through this one as well this morning. Day daily anchor VWAP. Above or below that, you get this kind of monthly trend guide tier 1 end of week cheat, tier 1 OPEX cheat. There is a div here, but it's really just by itself at this point with the 200-day SMA, 30-week SMA are in that same area. But full ADRs have continued to come down. You can see with how we continue to just move lower, so it removes that kind of as importance of a zone to me. So then you get WPP, TGR. Under that we get our trend strength, monthly trend guide, TPP trend guide, which we blew right through like it wasn't even there. This could be interesting on a test coming back up, so may come back up, hit that gap fill NVPOC tier 1 cheat, and then fade and come back even further if we keep trying to move up. We already are testing that one, and then that's really that same thing there. We added this as a zone to watch here because we've already traded what 60 some points for the day. Damn, dig for tick the full ADR, it looks like by point or tick. So we come even lower, you got WTGR1, MTG3, supply and demand, tier 1 in the week sheet, tier 3 day sheet. And then structure. Fucking light shot cuts stuff off. I hate that such a crappy tool. Okay, let's just quickly look at YM actually, see if it has moved the zones from what we looked at earlier this morning. If not, we'll use it. Yeah, this looks pretty similar, pretty good with what was already there. Just gonna zoom that out and mark this piece here.
OTA was raising FY23 revenue outlook. OTA presenting at the Bank of America Retail Conference today and raising FY23 outlook. Just on the energy front, SVXY Shell has taken an investment decision at Dover in the US Gulf of Mexico, announced and subsea tieback to Shell operated former Gulf production hub in the Gulf of Mexico.
So we already exceeded full ADRs there. I think another 600, so that'd be 1,200 points. Seen it done.
Just important TLD on the materials front, Silver Dynamics is giving Q1 earnings guidance here. See Q1 earnings between 347 and 351 per share. Expects Q1 adjustment to be in the range of 378.
That's really an outside extreme there, but we're not going to go back and remark that.
Operations is expected to be meaningfully stronger than sequential Q4 results. So not very much, apologies to say. Q1 profitability from the steel operations is expected to be meaningfully stronger than sequential Q4 results. That's where Steel Dynamics was talking about how fabrication operations is expected to be very strong but lower than sequential results.
Son of a biscuit.
And as well expecting 310 per share in Q1. Slightly above that. German banking sector increasing Q1 Deutsche Bank CEO on market move. Of course, one needs to watch that closely. Deutsche Bank CEO can't speak to that market news at the moment.
I believe that actually be getting up into extreme ADR tiers. Structure.
Deutsche Bank CEO just noting there is no similarity between European banks versus the West Coast. Talking about these central banks, of course. So just to repeat that there, Deutsche Bank indicating one CEO with no similarity between European banks and those on the West Coast. Folks, we've just gone through midday here in London. Do our usual macro rundown at this time. Remember, time differential in New York this week and next week is 4 hours coming up. The time change over the last weekend. They're all being restored roughly in March 26th March of 2022. Just quick look at market equities under pressure. Sentiment has deteriorated in Europe. Banking rates slump. There's a new focus on credit squeezes, which is trading in the red by over 20%. The regional banking index stocks the
Okay, gonna look at crude and stuff here. I'll start off with gold since I already have that one loaded. Definitely getting into some of the extreme ADR tiers here.
Just worth noting, in his commentary, the executive also noted that it was a very strong bank and does not think it would need money. And
Yep, see that song there? That tells me that we were at the last song. Unless I extend the playlist to be 50. Okay, wow, yeah. This guy is just moving.
Just going back to some of these remarks before about things calm, you need to watch the market. So Paul Frank CEO says calm about this market. He says you do need to watch the market.
Okay, this is just anal retentiveness here. Sorry. That's not a today thing either, just looking at what the possible ABCD is there. Obviously we have the highs here at 1970 something, yeah, 1975. We've already traded full ADRs on this boy today. And we've hit some really big ADR tiers too. I'm not ready for a short though on it with the way that it's been trading. We can definitely get rid of this ABCD here. And let's add a swing anchored VWAP off of this one, which puts it right at trend strength. If we decide to pull back 30 points almost. Jeez. And we're at what, 3% there. Yeah, just crazy. About to tag gap fill and kind of this spot here between these candles and whatnot before it really took off there. So I do think it would start to watch here. That's monthly trend guide, weekly. Oh, what the hell? Hold on a second. Something's not right there. Crapola. We're gonna do this. No, these are right. Oh, wait, nope, they are off. That's right, okay. Because they are not that, they are it's interesting it's not copying my settings over from this chart to this one because those are wrong there, that's why. So they got messed up there on my stuff on this visualization here, and I am not going to mess with it right this second. I don't think. Yeah, no, something's not. Sorry, folks, you get to see a little bit of the sausage making here. Unfortunately, I think that's the problem. I don't think those are supposed to be that way. I'll have to go back and double check that. Oh, that sucks, man. So our buddy had to take off and leave, and I'm gonna double check and see if somebody's got a gold chart there. Nope. Yeah, something's screwy with my stuff there today. So I don't think I'm gonna post the CL and GC because something looks funky there. It's something that changed with the settings, which doesn't make any sense since I'm the only one here. But GC is just pushing really good. I do know for a fact like those dotties are absolutely correct. That's the tier 2 daily cheat there, and extreme ADR tier for sure, right at that level. So it's pretty massive at that spot, and we're definitely pushing into the extreme of the ADRs at this point. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip GC and CL here today. Hope everybody has a good one. Keep an eye on these indices; they are really moving. So with that, we will leave you all. Sorry for those that were on YouTube that missed the first little bit, and I think again we'll call it. Thanks. We'll catch y'all later. Bye now.